ThunderCats!
Thunder! Thunder! Thunder!
Hey, how are you? I'm Larry Kenny, the voice of Lion-O, here today for my good friends Ryan and David. You may know if you listen to the podcast Radical Retro Rewind.
I love it. All of it.
Radical Retro Rewind.
She even looks older.
Likes my art collection?
Yeah, we've heard that one before, Mummy.
What is it? I heard him shout.
Oh yeah, ThunderCats! Ho!
Who you calling a hoe?
Welcome back, Bunglers, to another episode of ThunderCats Reviews, brought to you by the Radical Retro Rewind podcast. As always, I am your host, Radical Ryan Hunter, here with everyone's favorite brother and mine, David.
Hello.
And our special, and yes, I'm saying special, returning guest, our friend Buddha, but you know him as Sean McKeone. He is the author of Hall of Omens, The Thunderverse, the unofficial ultimate collector's guide to Thundercats, Silverhawks, and Tiger Sharks. Buddha, welcome back. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you for having me again. Like I told you, you guys aren't going to be able to get rid of me. I just keep...
We don't want to.
We don't want to.
We don't want to. We want to hold on to you. 2011 coming up, you know. We got a lot of Thundercats in the future, so...
Oh, yeah. I know we've talked about it. I love the 2011 series, and I even might have some info that people don't know about the 2011 series. So we'll talk about that in 2011, though.
Oh, I love that. So, Bunglers, welcome to 2026, our new year. We are so excited because Buddha has a new edition of his amazing book. I mean, we've been raving about it from the original edition of this book, but now it's not even a new edition. It's like a new book, Sean, right?
Yeah, it's 100%. It's a new book. Like, it does have a second edition of the first book within it. And then, just about 600 and some more pages. So, but it's,
my goodness,
it's a brand new book. Like, and that's one of the things I want, like, which has been great. People seem to be understanding, but I want people to understand that, where it's, even the second edition, there's over 250 brand new photos updated from the first edition and new information. It's a whole new book. It's this Thunderverse really is, I know we had talked about, I think on the first time I was actually on the podcast, but this is the book I always wanted to do. And it was in my mind, the original, this was what it was going to be, but we kind of had to make, we talked about how not knowing how long it was going to take to make a book and stuff like that, and see if people cared. We kind of had to make a cutoff, and then we saw people cared, and that we put the next about 2 years or more into finishing my original vision, which is the Hall of Omens Thunderverse book.
This time as well, and listeners might have seen it, I'm sure. There's two different covers, and they are both gorgeous. They glow in the dark too, by the way, which I am a sucker for anything glowing in the dark. But the Mumm-ra's Tomb variant one is so good. I love that one.
I love that. Kyle Lambert, again, he did the first book cover. Most people know him from a little show called Stranger Things he worked on. It's a little Netflix show people may have heard of.
You might have heard of it. I feel like it's, yeah. Have you? Could you possibly?
Maybe.
Just had their big finale too. Yeah, speaking of that.
Take it over. Literally, at work, as everything people are talking about. But Kyle was great. We've been working and talking about that cover since the first book. Like, literally, it was something we were talking about. And, like, Kyle's like, hey, just so you know, he's like, if you end up doing a second book, I have an idea. And then the conversation, the first book wasn't out yet. And we were already talking about doing, we already had the idea in play. And it turned out, it's amazing. Like, I absolutely love his artwork, what he did with that. And with the glow in the dark, I'm a sucker for glow in the dark too, and for anything glowing. And if, having Mumm-ra's tomb in the back, it was like, well, if we're going to have the tomb, it's got to glow just like the toy. So we went and we figured all that out with the manufacturer, and it was a little bit of a back and forth, but we were able to get it so it glows. Like, I absolutely love again, both covers, but Kyle's cover is phenomenal. When he first sent me the original, like the preliminary drawings of it, I was blown away. It's like the black and white and everything. Oh, this is what I'm working on. My jaw dropped. It's like, and I knew what to expect because what he did with the first book, and that was such an amazing cover. I'm a mumm-ra guy. No offense to Lion-O, but I've always been a mumm-ra.
I feel like we're well, maybe David's a Lion-O guy, but I feel like I'm a mumm-ra guy.
He's right behind me. Yeah.
And it's so him, by the way. Like, you could just look at this image and see it's part of your first book.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was something I wanted to do too, because like I wanted to, you could tell that have the same feel when it came to that. And that was really important. Yeah. Which I thought was really cool too for like, and again, as a collector, it's a cool, it's like, I hate to say, it's funny not to say bookends, but it's like, it's the companion piece. Here's Lion-O, here's mumm-ra. So you kind of got them both right there. So that's why it was such a great idea by Kyle. It was so well done, everything that he did. Being able to make it glow, and then even having the cauldron in there in the corner. I love that, because I always love mumm-ra's cauldron. And again, I don't want to take away the other cover, the standard edition cover.
Well, yes, that is a great cover as well.
Yeah, like that was, that was put together. The idea was, it was between me and my partner, Mike, with it. We put that together because I wanted, again, too, was like the visual representation of all of them on one cover, because obviously it was, again, with the first book did phenomenal, but say you had no idea about the first book and you just saw the mumm-ra thing, you wouldn't really understand. When you look at it, you wouldn't think anything about Silverhawks or Tiger Sharks or anything else. You'd go, oh, okay, ThunderCats. But we wanted to so you could just see the cover and have that visual representation and know, like, oh man, they're all in here, just by looking at it, being able to look at the cover real quickly. And I love how we were able to put that to cover with the little shout out to the original packaging with the bottom right hand corner.
I was just going to say that, even down to the mail away mumm-ra kind of corner shot where it reveals that there's the 2011 ThunderCats is just so good. Great cover. Honestly, it's hard to choose which cover is a favorite. They're both, they're both really, really great.
Thank you.
So whoever's buying, get both.
yeah. Wait, is it still available on Big Bad Toy Store? I want to say for...
Yes. So, through our pre-order just closed a few days ago. And I will say that idea of people getting both, I was blown away at how many people shared that thought when the pre-orders were coming in. But yes, it's still currently available for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store.
Love this.
They've got it up. So I think they have got it for $75. Don't quote me. I think that's the price they have on it. But yeah, at Big Bad Toy Store, you can pick up either. They've got both covers. They also still have a few copies of the first book. If you haven't got the first book yet and you want that, like we're not making any more. So if you can find them, that's the way to get them. But yeah, Big Bad Toy Store, if you can get the first book and the new book, both covers is currently on Big Bad Toy Store. Oh, well, just because our pre-order just recently ended, they will be available once we get them from the manufacturer. We're going to be opening up, obviously sales again.
Beautiful.
But I will say this. So the pre-orders, I have to say thank you to everyone. We did about more than triple of our original book's pre-order.
Amazing.
And we are, it's crazy. The numbers, when the book becomes available, we don't have many left. Like,
wow.
But it's wild. So we're figuring out if we're going to do a second print or what we're going to do, because the pre-orders were amazing. I couldn't believe. So again, honestly, thank you to everyone that picked it up. I know one of your listeners, watchers, also pre-ordered it. So of course I bring him up and I forget his.
Could it be Bonner? Because I know Bonner has.
Yes. Yep. It was Bonner. That's right.
And I want to say so Bunglers, and hello Bonner, by the way, if you're listening to this. It's been my greatest joy. Bonner has, I want to say, met Buddha now twice.
Yes. Yep.
He sent me photos each time. Oh, is it 3 times now? Oh, wow.
Was it 3? Because I think I saw him. I know I saw him in a show in Maryland. Then I think I saw him at a show in Carlisle. And then I think, again, I ran into him at the Attorney of Dreams store opening this past...
Look at you, Bonner, September, getting around.
I love it.
I might be wrong. It may have only been one in Maryland, but I know it was at least 2 times. I'm thinking 3 though. Again, my memory isn't the greatest right now. I think it may have been 3. But yeah, sorry. I know, but anyway.
I absolutely love it because so 2 of the 3 times Bonner sent me a photo of the 2 of them.
Yes,
and
I
printed them out. I'm not even gonna. I print them out. I'm like, look, this is a part of our, like, I'm so glad that Bonner met Buddha. And, it's just like amazing. It's amazing.
Why we say we always do this. It's just part of like our kind of community, our family,
yes.
our kind of global family that we've been blessed to be a part of. So
yes,
yes, I remember you sent.
I was so excited. I was like, they met. He met Buddha. So really.
Like we always, whenever I see him, I know we always talk about you. Like it's every time too. It's great. Like I love seeing him. I know he's again. I think it was 2 times in Maryland and once in the PA shop. Whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah,
he does get. I know he's always going to shows too, and so I believe it. I do believe it. So, question for you now, since this has Silverhawks in it in the new edition,
yes,
as well as Tiger Sharks. Now, Silverhawks, I feel like David and I.
Silverhawks.
We have our basics, basic Silverhawks. Matter of fact, I know a lot of listeners want us to actually cover that series when we're done with everything as well. And the sister brother aspect of the show and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I recommend you should. I think you should. In my opinion, I think it should cover. Just put it out there for you.
It really does feel like that, that companion piece. Now, is there something about Tiger Sharks that maybe surprised you while you were researching it for the book, like, or more information about the series?
So, this is what, as far as the series and toys, yes, kind of. One of the things I learned, this was kind of wild, and it's the unfortunate part for Tiger Sharks. By the time Tiger Sharks kind of came out, one of the reasons it didn't really do that well, the whole action adventure cartoon was kind of dying out as far as in popularity. So it kind of got put out, and unfortunately, that's why it never got put out there, because just the genre was kind of, I don't want to say dead, but it was more, the comedy was kind of taken over, where you had like a Ninja Turtles where it was more funny. So, right. And even like Ghostbusters, or the real Ghostbusters, a little bit more humor involved in it, where even Thundercats, Silverhawks, and Tiger Sharks didn't really have that humor aspect. So that was one of the things that kind of, didn't work for Tiger Shark. So it was, again, we were kids. I didn't realize that. And so hearing that it made total sense when you look back. A lot of like the action adventure type cartoons, there weren't any around that time really, where it was just that. And that was kind of, it was, again, I started to bring things down, where it's like, it would be cool to have like a really cool.
No, not at all.
It's history.
But that was one of the things. But so in the book, this was one of the things that I've been looking for a couple of years, was because you never see Tiger Shark prototypes. Like, seeing Tiger Sharks in general is hard. Right. Like, when you're at shows, it's very rarely. I was able to connect with a couple people that had Tiger Shark prototypes, and one prototype, it was, to me, I'm sure the diehard Tiger Shark people might know, but it's a previous, to me, was, you can look online, there's one prototype out there that it was an unreleased figure people know about, you can find photos. This one, no one even knows about. And there's photos of that one in the book, which was, and I'm sorry, I can't tell you what that one is. I want that to be a surprise for the people as you're turning the pages.
Yes.
But there's an unreleased prototype of a figure that, if you watch Tiger Sharks, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense to have a figure. It was really cool seeing that one. Like, it was one of those jaw-dropping moments when the person shared it with me. I was like, what? No way! Like, they didn't mention that was going to be one of the prototypes they were sharing with me. They just kind of sent it, and I was like, no way, that's so cool. So that was one of the big surprises too. I'm like, wait, what? This exists? So that was cool. That was one of the surprises for me.
So this continues the Hall of Omens tradition now of finding,
I was going to say that,
prototypes that nobody knew existed even at the time. So you're continuing this. This is amazing.
Oh yeah, I that was the thing too with doing the book. Like I was putting as much love into this one as the first one. It wasn't. I didn't want someone to look at it like, oh well, like everybody. Oh, like you watch a movie, whatever it is. Oh well, the first one was better. I don't want people to be able to say that with this. Like I wanted to make sure this was jam packed with the same love, the same everything I put into the first, I wanted to put into this, because getting to go to all the shows and everything and talk to people, that's what people truly appreciated. And like, they would talk to me about it, like, oh, I can't believe you found this, or learning this about that. It wasn't just going to throw something together just to do it. It was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going it the same way. And, you know, putting the me into the book as well, you know, and it was really cool being able to do that, because especially for tiger sharks, because that's a hard line to find anything on. Like, and that was one where I could never collect it because the stuff is so expensive. So I had to reach out to other people, and they were the ones that helped me put the line together and everything. So being able to put that type of love and like commitment to this book and Silverhawks and tiger sharks meant a lot to me.
And of course, for our ThunderCats 2011 fans, like we mentioned earlier, they are included in this version. So, I mean, at this point, not that the first one wasn't, but this is like the definitive. I can't wait to actually see the new edition.
Thank you. I will say, it's massive. Like, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. That's the way possible. That's how I can put that. And that was the thing too. Like, I go into some of these shows and stuff, I started noticing people have been slowly over the last few years, more and more people have been getting into the 2011 series. Yeah. Like, obviously there was the fan base when they came out, but the collectible aspect, not a lot of people were into. You could go on, you know, eBay or wherever you get them and get them for a couple bucks. But now the prices have been growing. So I was kind of like, well, if I'm going to do this, I wanted to include them, just because, again, it's the Thunderverse. You know, they're part of it. It's like the multiverse, but they're part of it. And, you know, there wasn't a lot of stuff, so it was kind of, you know, a book solely for that would be kind of hard. It'd be a very small book. But
a pamphlet,
but it could be a nice little section in a book like this. So that one was also very cool, because, again, you know, I was a big fan of the 2011 series. Talking to, you know, people from the 2011 series, other collectors of that, being able to include variations in that line as well, some of which I know people are going to be like, I had no idea. Like, I have these and I didn't know these existed. Like, so we did the same with that. I will say this was a thing on my part. I didn't want to include prototypes for 2011 only because how prototypes are done in the more modern way, where they're just like the plastic, like test shot more version.
I could imagine.
Those are a lot easier to kind of fake. And they're also, to me, they're not as, like, I don't know. I don't want to say this wrong, but like, because obviously if someone has
don't worry, we say everything wrong here, Buddha.
Yeah, well, but still, like, I don't want to take shots at someone like they have all the prototypes. You know what I mean? Like, to me, they're a lot less harder to get your hands on now. Of like the modern toy stuff, because how stuff is made overseas, you can buy that on eBay for $20 now and that type of stuff. So, and again, it's not done the same way how the other ones were, like little pieces of art that someone was sculpting and all that. Yeah. Now, how it's all done digitally. It's just kind of different. So I will say the 2011, we didn't include prototype stuff, but that's why I went very big on the variation aspect. And even for some of the things like the foreign variations and packaging and that type of stuff. So if you're a fan of the 2011 series, and even I did include some of like the Bandai releases from like 2011, 2012 of like the ThunderCat classics and
the
stuff.
Classics. Yes. We got Tigra, Lion-O, and then
and the mumm-ra. So there's
there's
variations and stuff of that, which I went pretty as heavy on as I could. Again, as getting how like in the first book and this, as much information on a page as I could get with photos, so you can see it all and know what you're looking for.
You know what's funny too? I remember at the time, and I don't know if they're in the book, Buddha, but there was about almost like two waves, I want to say, of unreleased 2011 figures. Even like I remember seeing a Burble and Groon maybe, and like all these other characters that were supposed to come out.
So yeah, I have a story about that. I'll keep this one brief. So I had reached out to when I was working on the first book, because like I said, the first book was going to be what Thunderverse actually ended up becoming. But because of, again, we had to kind of make a cut to see how things would work, I didn't move forward. At the time, I had talked to one of the guys from Action the Figure Insider that actually released the story that had all of that. Yeah. And at the time, you know, I was like, hey, I was working on this book. He was like, yeah, go ahead, use the stuff. Working on the new book, I was like, you know, I reached out, and unfortunately I never heard back. So therefore, because all the information was his, that he shared all the stuff, and I didn't get the okay to include it in this book, I didn't include it in this, unfortunately. Because obviously, again, like I have to check with him. I have to get permission.
You're doing the right thing, of course.
Like he agreed it was a different project. I didn't get to use it in that. So, maybe he would have changed his mind at this point, whatever it was. We weren't able to get in touch, so they weren't involved. I would have loved to include them, but some of the figures that you actually talked about, well, not the ones I actually mentioned, but some of those unreleased prototypes actually ended up, I don't know if they were prototypes or no, I'm sorry, they weren't prototypes. They were the figures themselves, ended up getting into the market. This was back in like 2012, 2013, and no one knew what they were because no one knew until the Action Figure Insider kind of released it, like, hey, this was the stuff. But luckily, I was friends with a few of the people that had those pieces in their collections, so I was able to include some of those pieces in this book.
Oh, this is amazing. And of course, as we get deeper into the 2011 series and have Buddha back, I would love to ask him more about his feelings with everything. I always feel like that I was so excited for that Bandai release of those 2011 figures. I was so disappointed. They were so small. And once you have something like LJN, which I feel like did like the coolest figures, to have these little like cheap, talking about small and rubbery and things like that, I agree. I collected them. I had them all.
Same,
the same. I
was driving all the different parts and Targets. The distribution of them was not handled well, at least in my area. I don't know how they were by you. The figures, I don't want to speak illy of them because I know there's people that do enjoy like them. But they fell apart easily. If you're keeping them in box, which I did, I also had them loose. In box, they look okay. But unfortunately, if you wanted to play with them, it was hard to play with them. So I could see why kids weren't really excited about them because the swords would fall out of their hands. The Thunder Tanks fell apart as soon as out of the box.
Oh, the Thunder Tank.
The tower didn't do anything.
And that's the only way you could get Snarf was in the Thunder Tank. I remember that little Snarf that came.
Oh, yeah, the Snarf. Like, unfortunately, things could have been handled a lot better across the board and a lot of different aspects of that. But, it's unfortunate that it was how it played out. But,
it's true.
I still like the show and I like the line, so I had to include him in the book.
Definitely. And again, it's part of ThunderCats history that you're preserving. Exactly. So I was so thrilled that you included them in this new edition.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad. 'Cause I know some people aren't. There's the purists that did not like the 2011. Then there's also a lot of fans that did truly loved it. So I hope, though, the fans that do like it, I love like that section, and I hope maybe it'll open some eyes and people, if they want to start getting it, maybe it'll get a couple more fans to the 2000 that'll at least be a little bit more open to giving the 2011 a chance. Here we are going into speaking of, this year is the 15th anniversary of that series,
and this is perfect timing for us.
I was going to say, I hope some people get
finish
into it
that and then start
because we're going into that.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's for the 15th anniversary. God, 15 years.
Also, one of the reasons I wanted to put it into the book, knowing, hey, I'm going to have this book being released the 15th anniversary year, so it made a whole lot.
Plus, the series was just so much more gritty, and much more primal, for lack of a better word, for me. Than the original, which I feel like is, I don't want to say much more realistic, but would be, to my mind, in my mind, much more realistic to the way things would be in that sort of universe.
Battle worn, depression.
We often laugh about like how mumm-ra is, and like he likes this cat and mouse game, for example, because this is ongoing joke that this whole ThunderCats would never exist, because if I was in their position, I would have killed everybody when I had a chance.
Them, I believe.
I would have said, if I had Slav in my grips, I would have killed him immediately and been like, I'm done, one and done. But we laugh about all the time because I'm like, screw the code of Lundera, you're done.
That's why they need you there, David.
I'm like,
that's why they need you.
That's what I said. If I was there, I'd be like, I'm not a ThunderCat. Get the Warrior Maidens to do it, or somebody else.
My God.
Yeah, you're going to be getting a call from mumm-ra one day. So if David, you ever just disappear, Ryan, you know where he went.
Yeah, he poof. You're working with the ancient spirits over there.
I need some rejuvenation. Time is, she's not very kind to me. I need those ancient spirits to eat.
And so again, any bunglers out there, if Buddha is on the convention scene this year, we would love to hear from you. If you met Buddha, if you took a picture with Buddha, tell you, send it my way. I'm so happy.
Let him know you're a bungler.
Yeah, let him know.
Yeah,
let him know you're a bungler.
Come out. Like, I love talking to people at shows. And like, if they send you a photo, send me the photo. We put it on the website too, on our social media and everything.
That's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's all about. I know we've talked about this before. It's all about the community, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yes,
and that's what a lot of ThunderCats fans. There's a lot of us, and not everyone realizes there's so many more of us out there. So that's been one of the things that's been cool, getting to see so many people, because again, like there's a lot of us. So like we all get to nerd out about the thing that we love together. So yeah, come by. Like even if you just want to say hi or check out the book, whatever it is, just oh yeah, you saw the episode, the 90 episodes of the ThunderCats reviews that you were on, whatever it is. Like I love talking about the show, anything, man. It'd be great.
To Buddha's point, and I'm so glad that you did triple the amount of pre-orders this time. Why do I feel like ThunderCats is bigger than ever? Like, I feel like, I don't know if it was the 40th. I mean, Buddha was on our 100th/40th, it was the start of the celebration, but I feel like it's everywhere now in the best possible way.
Yeah, like it seems like finally now the companies out there making stuff are seeing, oh wow, people care. There's a fan base. Let's do this. Let's do that. So, and again, the fan base is showing it. Again, like with the comic, when the comic was first released, there was what was 100,000 pre-order? It was a ridiculous number, 500,000. I forget what it was. But like more and more things are getting put out, and more things are being successful. So the fan base is showing, hey, yeah, we want the Super 7 figure. We want the comic. We want the Trick or Treat Studios sword. Like it's showing that there's fans that are out there. And there's just the fans are hungry for more ThunderCats. Like, it's great.
This is definitely coming from a place of love, nostalgia, people that are discovering it. Mm-hmm. We just talked about this too. It's amazing that Gem, Britta Phillips has re-released and released new music under Gem, like for the 40th. Like Gem.
Why can't we get ThunderCats music released finally? Like officially, the score.
Right? Yeah. So many people have been trying to work on that. And I just have to talk on Gem because I was lucky enough in South Carolina.
Yes. This is amazing. He was right next. I texted David.
She is such a sweetheart.
I was like,
she is such a sweetheart.
Buddha's next to Samantha.
Yeah. It was so funny because earlier in the year, last year, I was at a show with, I forget what the first show was. I was at a show Samantha was going to be at. And I just had to go introduce myself because I looked at our schedules. We were going to be at like 5 shows together. So I was like, well, I have to at least say something because I'm going to keep seeing her. And I was like, it'd be weird of me not to say something and not to introduce myself. So then I went over, talked to her. Then I saw her at Joe Fest. I saw her and then there was a setup right next to her. It was great. And it was just, she's such a sweetheart. And I know you guys had her on before. Samantha Newark, she's awesome. If you haven't gone, you got to meet her. She's so nice.
Speaking of that, I can't wait to have the book signed by Buddha. Like, I can't wait to be able to finally meet you in person at something and be like, full circle moment.
Your location, but where you guys are, I've been wanting to get there for a while. I wanted to get to that state. Again, I don't know if you put that out there, but I don't know why. Like, I got a buddy Javier that also lives out there, and he's one of the guys, he's contributed a lot to the book. So, like, I want to meet Javier. I want to meet you guys. Like, so, again, I'm trying. I hope to do a whole bunch more shows this year, and hopefully, I'm still learning what shows are around, and so if you guys know of toy shows, vintage toy shows in your area, let me know, because I would like to see, what, or if there's a vintage toy show, tell the people running it that you want me there. Like,
yes,
I'd like to do as many shows as possible.
That's a great thing, even for our bunglers. The people need to know that there's a want for it. So if you do happen to go to a toy show that is every year, or they pop up, seasonally here, let them know, like, hey, there's this ThunderCats toy guide, and can you maybe book Sean? That would be fantastic.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because again, I know I'm in Philly, so I know stuff in my area. I've been lucky enough. I've been learning more and more, getting to go out to California last year, South Carolina, Joe Fest, Georgia. I've been getting out to different places, but there's so many shows out there I don't know about. So if you're listening, if you think it would be, you'd like to have me at a show or you want the book at the show, let me know, let the people running the show, because they'll get it on the radar for both people running it and myself, and hopefully I can get out there.
And of course, this in a tradition of asking you about your future ideas, are you always working on ideas for the future and books and
the next project?
Oh yeah. There's currently, one I can talk about. I announced it at the South Carolina at the. I was lucky enough to do a panel in South Carolina for where they did the ThunderCats reunion.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. Yes.
So Peter Lawrence and I, also speaking of how cool, it was so cool seeing you guys on Peter Lawrence's website. By the way, he was sharing the story with you guys, and you're like,
and thank you for that.
That was so cool.
Thank you for even giving me the courage, Sean. Sean, to even to write to him. So thank you.
Well, so Peter and I are actually going to be starting a podcast, and again, not trying to take away. And where it's going to be coming out pretty soon. We're not exactly sure, and within the next month or two here, we're going to be having guests from ThunderCats, from Silverhawks, from the voice actors, the crew, writers, different people that were part of it. It's also going to be outside of ThunderCats. It's not just going to be ThunderCats, Silverhawks stuff, because there's so many people that work on the production side that. People that like Dennis Woodyear. I know you guys have spoken with Dennis. Dennis, he's worked on other shows too. He worked on like Gargoyles. He's had done stuff on Bionic 6. So many people have worked on other shows, that stuff that we all love. And a lot of people on the production side, I don't want to say they're forgotten, but like the voice actors get all the love. Mm-hmm. But there's so many other people that made these shows possible. Right. So we're going to be kind of shining a light on some of the other people that were, involved in a lot of these shows. And also for ThunderCats, this is one of the things that is important to both Peter and I. We want to have fans on as well. So we would love to have you guys on, because one of the things that Peter's now also realizing is how much ThunderCats means to so many people, and how everyone has their own ThunderCats story and why it means so much to them. Yes. And there is the ThunderCats community out there. It's very small. Like, we're trying to help build the community. And again, anyone being able to, like on Peter's website, where it's like the ThunderCats of the day, and he's talking to the different like fan aspect of people. Everyone can read that, and you're like, oh man, they all have a similar story. So they can connect with that. Yes. And we want people to be able to share those stories on the podcast, because even like Peter's even talked about it, him and I, he never realized the connection people have to the show. So it's a kind of a way for fans of the shows to even let the people that worked on these shows know what these shows mean to them, and like how the shows have helped them in their lives, or whatever it would be. So it's just really important to us to being able to give the fans the opportunity to come on. And again, you can ask questions to Peter or whoever else is on. Like, we're going to have different guests and whatnot. But yeah, one of the things we're going to be working on, one of the projects is the podcast with Peter and I, which is going to be a lot of fun.
No, you don't have to say it, but do you have a name in mind?
Yes, we do. We do have a name. I don't want to put it out there in case it changes.
I don't blame you now, of course. But okay, so Bunglers, we will, of course, once more information comes out about this, of course, we will be definitely sharing it with everybody. I mean, that's amazing too, because I feel like it is a full circle, because we're finishing it probably in 2 months, and Peter was generous enough to agree to be on the Book of Omens. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just love that he's so involved.
This is so amazing, because something we talked about a while back, and I think it was actually when Buddha was on the show.
Probably.
We lost our voice actor for He-Man.
Oh yes.
And
yes.
How we talked about, and I think this is something that's, again, worth repeating as far as something that I wanted to, the sentiment that you're talking about. There is so much that goes on, like, behind the scenes. And again, like, as far as production is concerned, there are so many people that you never see, they never get their flowers, as the expression is used.
Yeah,
there are so many people that make this work. It's always the front man in the band. I've been in a band. It's always the lion. It's always the lion. It's always the front singer. It's not the composer necessarily, or the writer, or what have you. That person that has added to, or really has been the backbone of a series, or whatever, that necessarily gets but
the artist,
the artist, or just the fact that the music, the composer of the music that when we watch a horror movie, the scary music that heightens the experience.
Yes.
That's what.
Yes.
And it would be nothing without.
True.
So I think that's amazing that you're going to have all these different people, and because it gives them their due.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it also lets people know that these people have worked on so many other it's so amazing to me when you kind of look at the the Kevin Bacon thing, like all the separation of 7, like how many people have done so many. The voice actor was this and this person did that, and even talking to the people you talk to, like Samantha Newark, who's did this, and she was the voice actress for this, and she's done this, and it's like amazing to me that a lot of people don't get to see that. And if you're a true fan or you're someone who really enjoys a particular artist, it's amazing to see their
their catalog.
Yeah, catalog and their progression. So I commend you guys. I think it's an amazing idea, and I think it's something that a lot of people will appreciate.
Thank you. We hope so. Like, we know a lot of like the diehard people will know, like, you say a name of somebody, like, oh yeah, they know him or they know her. But
right.
More, I hate saying full fans, but like, the people that like, oh yeah, they love the show, but they're not the collector. They're not the people, like, whatever it is.
Right.
They're not like themselves diehard because it's like, oh yeah, I used to love that, but I haven't really got into it now. This is a way that maybe they will become diehard because it's people, they can just learn so much more about the making of the show and what things really go into what the guy working the board for the voice actors, what he had to do, and getting the stories from that guy. Like, there's just so much more, and so many great pieces of history that can literally get put out there that we don't know exists, and they don't know it exists because they don't know. It's like they were just doing their job that day.
Right. Right.
And like, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Both, I know I'm excited about it. Peter's excited. It should be a lot of fun to do this. Like, and who knows what it'll lead to. Well, we're hoping, people like it. We're hoping, it helps kind of helps build more of I don't want to say more of a community because there is a community, but helps strengthen the ThunderCats, Silverhawks, entire community that is out there.
Yes.
And again, we are going to branch out to outside of the ThunderCats world because obviously, again, the writers work for do so many different shows. Like Peter, he's writing for the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. He read the screenplay to the cult Army, The Burning. Like, there's different people that.
Wow, The Burning. I know The Burning.
He wrote the screenplay.
Wow, that's crazy.
And Tom Savini actually chose to work on that movie instead of Friday the 13th Part 2.
That's crazy. Oh my God, we love Tom.
It's just, so there's just, again, all these little stories and that type of stuff. We just think it would be cool because, again, there's so many connections to all this stuff where, again, it's, like I said, shining the light on so many different aspects of whether it's ThunderCats, whether it's insert show here, I think it's cool. Kind of letting people see the other side, pulling back the curtain a little bit. And again, It's been, a lot of these shows, it's been 30 or 40 years. I think we can pull the curtain behind, we can look behind there now. Like, we're not ruining anything. We're not ruining the surprise or anything.
No, and there's a desperation for more information after 40 years. Yeah. I think that's... Yeah.
We're constantly amazed.
And we're all old enough now that we have an appreciation for that we didn't have when we were kids. Hell, when we were in our 20s, we really didn't have that appreciation. But now, we're older and more mature, and we're more interested in that type of stuff because, we work jobs, whether, you've done different aspects, you've done different things. It's like, oh, wow, yeah, okay. Like, again, with the editing you guys do on your podcast, like hearing about the guys that did the editing or like they did this and this, you're going to be able to relate to things that they did. And it's just, we're all at an age right now where this stuff it is a lot more important to people than it ever kind of was. So we're hoping it can connect with a lot of people.
Well, we know we'll be listening to that, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you. And again, we would hope to have you guys on at some point,
you've got us.
We get
that would be an honor. My God, I'll be
I'll
be emotional.
Say no more. I'll have to slap him a few times to get him under control. But
I'm so emotional about just doing the thing for Peter's blog. So, oh my God.
We had to work on that.
So I mean, just that alone.
There was a lot of revision editing we had to do. I was like, I don't know what to say. I was like, so
yeah, it was great seeing you guys on there. I know I saw it. I was like, oh, that is so cool. Like I was very happy to see that because I knew it was going to mean a lot to you. So I was so happy seeing that, man. Again, congratulations on that. I know not a lot of people are on there. The fact that you're on there is really cool. I love it. Love it.
Thank you. And thank you, Buddha, because it's just amazing. And if this community continues to grow, like you're saying, it's just a beautiful thing. So We hope it grows even bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger 40, 50 years from now. Oh, God. No, well, 50 years from the show, I mean, not 50 years from now.
Yeah,
because then we'll really be out of it.
I'll put it this way. Do you imagine what I can come up with when I've got 10 years to plan something? That's all I'm saying on that one. But
there you go. The future is going to be bright, bunglers.
Yeah. Oh, and here I can let you guys know. Again, we don't know if this is going to happen, but again, me and Peter, I think we've talked about this before, but Peter and I have become very good friends. We're going to be collaborating on several different things in the future here. This is the podcast is only one thing that we're doing together, but one thing that we're trying to work on. I know Peter he's down in South America right now, but he's going to be coming to the States. He wants to start meeting ThunderCat fans. Like I said, he had no idea that people had this type of emotion to the show. He wants to be on as many shows as possible because it means a lot to him that he just had no idea. And then once this is wild to me. When the first book came out, he started saying a lot of people started reaching out to him because, they weren't familiar with him or whatever. And he's thanked me for it because he's like, yeah, it's kind of opened his eyes to all these people that care. And he wants to get on the road in the U.S. and South America and Latin America. That's some things that we're working on him. But he wants to start being at shows, I know Larry, Lynn, and Peter, they've been able to tour the U.S. doing shows for 20 years. Peter hasn't, and he really wants to hit the ground running, and he would like to try to get to on as many shows as possible. So, again, if anyone listening would like Peter Lawrence...
Oh my God, a double whammy. You get Buddha and Peter.
That's one of the things we're actually working on, doing a few shows together here in the U.S. And, again, I don't know where your listening audience is from, but there's a possibility I might be joining him down in South America and Latin America for some things.
Wow. Oh, this is amazing.
There's a huge ThunderCats.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Huge. Huge.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, that's something, we've noticed. Yeah. We have noticed.
We joked about dubbing our show
because it's hard for us because we're not Spanish speaking, and it bothers me because I wish we had that ability because there is such a massive community that loves the ThunderCats alone.
Oh yeah.
I mean, every Latin. I remember working with a gentleman from Peru, and ThunderCats came up when I was in my 20s, and he acted out the whole entire mumm-ra speech. It was amazing how it translates to every country.
Yeah, it's that's why, again, how I even did with the first book and with this book, I always want to include again, I say foreign because it's foreign to us here in the U.S.
Yes.
I wanted to, again, I know representation and inclusion and stuff is very important. And, if you have a ThunderCats book, I think we've talked about this, where it's just because the Lino figure we have here wasn't the one they had in Argentina or Brazil, so when they look at it, it's a little bit different. So but if they're all together, say, oh man, it's a way to include everybody. And that's one of the things it was always been important to me, Peter, as well. We want those fans to know, we know you're there. We're trying. We've got ideas. We're trying to reach that fan base as well. And again, trying to meet everybody and do everything we can because there is a community. And again, just because I don't speak a lick of Spanish. So if I'm down there, I apologize in advance. But I still want to get down there to talk to people and share the book, share everything I can with them. Share in the passion that we all have for these shows that we all love.
Oh my goodness. So the future is again, very bright for ThunderCats. It's not going away anytime soon. This is absolutely amazing. And I hope in a year from now, we can have Buddha on and he just tells us he's traveled across the world and his opportunities have just grown and gotten better. I just can't wait to see where he goes with this and beyond.
Thank you, and I hope so too. But again, you never know. I may never leave this room for the rest of the year. Who knows how things are going to play out? I hope that's not the case, but you never know.
But with your determination,
only good things,
your positivity, your
good things will come.
Yes,
that's it. Only good things,
and it's well deserved because you take life's challenges and you turn them around, and you're inspirational. Truly.
Thank you. I know that's one thing that's one thing I know we've talked off camera about some things with me. I'm thinking possibly sometime this year I may kind of talk more about that, but again, we'll talk about that another time. But
I love it. I love the teases. I love the teases.
That's something that's very personal, and when you do what you're going to do, when you do it, and I think regardless of what you do, to be well received.
1,000%.
Well, thank you. Yeah, well, last year around this time, that was when I was kind of like, no, but now I'm, I don't care. It's like, I don't care is not the right wording, but it's I'm fine with it now. But yeah, it's something I've been thinking about just because, it's, as you guys know, again, off camera stuff, there's some interesting happenings on a lot of that.
Yes. So, my goodness. Yes. And he's remained positive and beautiful, like a beautiful soul. That's all I could describe. A beautiful, bright soul.
Well, thank you. But it's crazy to me because it's like, while a lot of that stuff's going on, I'm still working on trying to get books done and get this done and all that. And that was one of the reasons I was hoping to have the new book, Thunderverse, out by now. Unfortunately, it didn't happen because of setbacks there with, going blind for a couple months.
Bunglers might remember that, from last year when Buddha was on.
Yep, yeah.
I do believe, though, things happen when they're supposed to. And I think that regardless, obviously, the fact that the amount of pre-orders you have, that just speaks to it happened when it needed to happen or when it was right for you. So regardless, I think that the universe, God, whatever you want to say, this is your time and it's going to work out regardless. And unfortunately, whatever setback you had, you push through it and you're still going to be successful, really, truthfully.
I couldn't agree more. It's going to be a great year.
It is.
We're not long into it. It's already been a great year.
Yeah, that's true. We're not long into it at all. Not at all. But it is going to be a beautiful year.
When the book is officially out, I've got to come back and we're going to have to really talk about the book a little bit more.
That would be
when
amazing.
People are able to see the book and I can talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the edition.
I was just waiting myself again. Yeah.
No, can we do visual though? Then
we could definitely do a visual. A whole visual thing, and we'll do it up. We'll really do it up. Yeah. Oh, please, we would love for that to happen. Oh my God, 1,000%.
After we had that little taste of the Christmas video.
Oh my God, yeah, we'll really be doing videos.
Attention ThunderCats fans, prepare for the ultimate thrill with Hall of Omens, the unofficial ultimate guide to ThunderCats toys and beyond. Embark on a global journey to unearth rare ThunderCats figures from every corner of the world. Read the untold stories from brilliant minds behind the iconic ThunderCats franchise, like Larry Kenny, Peter Lawrence, Jim Meskimen, and many more. Explore over 220 pages containing 2,000 plus captivating photos and uncover all the secrets of the ThunderCats toys. Become the ultimate ThunderCats expert and secure your copy of Hall of Omens, the unofficial ultimate guide to ThunderCats toys and beyond, today at ThunderCatsToyGuide.com. ThunderCats, ho!
We have Cracker's Revenge, Season 4, Episode 12, with the original air date possibly of September 19th of 1989, described as Captain Cracker and his mechanical parrot, Polly, land on Way Out Back and free the Lunataks and put Bragg and Crownan in one of the train's cages. They plan to go to Third Earth to attack it since most of the ThunderCats are no longer on Third Earth. So that's a very basic...
simple plan.
Simple. But, and I'm glad Sean is here for this because this is Captain Cracker's last appearance.
Mm-hmm.
It's also Pumyra's last appearance. I mean, it's a flash, but we get her.
Yeah, she's at least there.
Poor Pumyra, left alone at Cat's Lair.
And I want to say, is this possibly the Lunataks' last appearance? Majority of them?
Yeah, I think it might be, actually. And even, and no offense to them in this, they're pretty, they're there, but
so disappointing.
Thank you so much for saying that.
So disappointed.
That was one of my.
Them.
I actually did not write a lot of notes for this, but one of the things I said is the Lunataks seemed to be in a very diminished capacity during this.
They are beat down.
They were just like whatever. Like they didn't even want to put up an effort. They were like, oh, like why are we trying?
That I thought obviously, like I thought was great about this episode, even down to the ThunderCats. Like this was Captain Cracker's episode. He had most of the dialogue. Like Lion-O, he's got some lines. He's barely in. Like this is Captain Cracker's his episode, and what was great, and the episode before this, he's kind of more of like he becomes more of like not like a joke, but basically like a joke of a character.
Yes.
In this one, he becomes like a badass pirate in this one, where it's like, yeah, and to the point where the Lunataks, even Luna, is like, okay, yeah, we're gonna listen to you, and it's like, yo, and he got his time to shine, which I thought was cool, and this was also cool. He got the girl, he got Chilla,
that was my favorite, and
I didn't know Chilla liked that kind of guy.
Knowing that, also the last time Sean was here, we were talking about Chilla. I know that you are a Chilla fan, right? That's your favorite Lunatak.
Oh yeah.
The fact that she became a pirate's wife, like in a minute, a moment. She was just like, okay, I'm accepting this life. I am a pirate now. Like with Luna and the rest of them singing, yo ho. Pirate's life for me, basically.
You're talking meat and potatoes. Hey, Cracker, you're my kind of guy. Let's do it.
So she became his like wench,
the pirate wench.
She literally and she's just like, oh, well, I like this. I forget the exact wording, but she's like, oh, I like a vicious guy like you. And it was just like, all right, Captain Cracker, he's doing everything in this episode.
Do you think it was just because they were in the circus train and they were just like, okay, this is better than being locked up. We will be pirates. We accept this life. We accept this new life ahead of us. We will be pirates.
I mean, I mean, it's a possibility, but here, let me flip the script on you. Now, there's 5 or 6 of them. They could have easily, okay, cool, you set us free. Now you're getting in that train, and we're getting the hell out of here.
Right.
They could have totally turned on him at any moment. They outnumbered him.
Great point.
He only had his sword with them. They all have powers. Like, they didn't even try any of that. They just kind of were like, yeah, we're pirates now, Captain Cracker. You are the guy.
I love this, that it all started with the last time, their relationship, in the crab shack, in Captain Cracker's crab shack. With it's all started there, and he didn't want them to be left locked up. So,
but like even in the last one, like they were taking advantage of them.
Yeah,
and then they totally changed their mind this time around. Like he's like I think he even says he's like, yeah, he's got a heart. He's coming down. He's saving his old friend.
Mm-hmm. He does mention that he does have a heart. So. We open, by the way, on Way Out Back, where Captain Bragg is parked. He's having a little fire outside of the circus train with Crownan, or you call him the Vlasic Pickle.
The Vlasic Pickle.
Commercial man.
On, like he's like Groucho Marx. Try some of my Vlasic Pickles. Oh.
How do you pick up a sandwich without a lot of fat and calories? Pick up a pickle. A Vlasic Pickle. Tune up your tuna. Pick up your turkey. No fat and almost no calories.
Awesome.
So remember, pick a Vlasic. All flavor, no fat.
And by the way, this is William Overgard. So you will be getting Mandora. You will be getting Captain Bragg. And you will be getting, I know this is the second time, buttons with colors that you don't know what to press. This is a William Overgard staple. You will have buttons. You don't know what color. Press this, press that. I don't know. The man loved buttons.
There's so many buttons. There's like 30.
Lots of buttons.
Hit the takeoff button quick.
Takeoff. Is it that big red one with the silver ring and the black dot?
No. Press the little green button with the gold ring and clear top.
Green button, gold ring, clear top.
Press it.
I have an alternative name for this episode. If it wasn't Cracker's Revenge, it would be called Mandora's End of the Month Ticket Quota.
Oh my God!
Tell me, she is totally Judge Dredd in this episode.
Judge Dredd.
I don't care what any of you are doing.
She's like,
she's got her Judge Dredd visor.
I need to collect more money for the Peanut Planet. I'm going to give out as many tickets, my quota.
She really was on a roll today.
100%. But it's kind of like, I feel as though it was almost like a downgrade from what she used to be. She was like the evil chaser. Now she's just handing out speeding tickets and like, oh, you got a broken leg, you got a ticket. Like, what did she do? She had to screw up somewhere.
This was above giving her a desk job. They're like, okay, let's not put her on the desk duty. Let's tickets.
She's
tickets.
like, we know that you helped Jaga blow up Thundera.
My God.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe she missed her quota, so that's why they're like, oh, you're not getting the promotions, so you missed your quota this month or last month. So that's why she's so ticket.
Right.
Evil Chaser Officer Mandora to base. I have a speeding rocket in Sector 5 going in.
You better give out as many tickets as possible.
Yeah, it's nuts. The entire time. And I like, not to skip to the end, but at the end, they all start laughing. It's not even funny. There's no joke. It's just like, and everyone's just laughing at poor Snarfer. Like, what? Thanks, guys. Like,
it's not funny at all. No, I kept saying, oh, yeah, they're laughing over that. No.
Yeah. It's like, I forget what the ticket was. Like, oh, yeah, no, here's your ticket for whatever. And then everyone's laughing at poor Snarfer. Like, guys, I was just kind of saved the day here. Or like, I made why are you laughing at me? But
I'd be like, you know what? Okay, you're so funny, Lion. Oh, here's the ticket. You pay it. Lord of the ThunderCats.
Yeah, you're the Lord of the ThunderCats. This is on the job.
This
is one of the job problems. You need to pay this.
Oh, like.
But, okay, well, here's my question. Why didn't Lion-O, Panthro, and Chitara, why didn't they get a ticket in the Feliner when they were, like, cruising through to whatever, I forget when they were coming to Third Earth, wasn't Crownan get a ticket for riding a fire extinguisher with speeding? So how did the Feliner not, like...
That's a great point, because we saw in this, it doesn't matter if you work with her, if you're trying to save somebody, she says that nothing is above the law. Okay,
nothing.
Mandora.
That's her strength. She's just all
she
that
met her
matters
quota
is
though.
the law.
She met the quota though.
Oh, so she got the 3. No, she got 2. She didn't need the third.
She hit her quota, and just because Snarfer was a little snarky with her at that point, she said, "Oh, forget it. Now I'm really going to give you another one."
Oh my God.
Maybe that's why she was laughing again, because she met her quota, so she could be happy again. So
she was like, "What's another ticket? This'll start me for next month."
Oh, she's ahead of the game.
Yes.
She's ahead of the game this time. So
don't hate us, police officers. I have a lot in our family. Don't hate us. We know there's a quota.
No, we're not. Yeah, we're mocking Mandora with the ticket, not police officers. 2 totally different things. Like,
yeah, Mandora, she's an evil chaser. Evil chaser.
Exactly.
With that Lynn Lipton voice. So, speaking of that, we see Panthro, Snarf, Lion-O, and they're kind of hanging out. And I wrote that they get a message from Larry's Australian refugee voice that we usually see for the Thunderian refugees, but this time they're announcing that Captain Cracker has escaped his prison planet.
This. Merchant shipping and space stations in Galaxy Sector 5, alert! Rogue robot model 69er, Captain Cracker, infamous pirate and thief, escaped today from a prison ship transporting him to the end of the galaxy.
Cracker, that old space pirate? Lock your doors and hide your valuables.
He can't get up to much trouble in Sector 5. There's nothing there.
Except way out back island.
That's where Captain Bragg has those wretched Lunataks in exile.
Exactly.
And isn't Snarfer near Sector 5?
He is. He's making one of his pizza runs to Third Earth.
They find out that, oh boy, this is where the same area way out back is where Snarfer is currently on a pizza run. So
yeah, he became a pizza delivery.
Now we know that, guacamole, Robert Roberto exists. So there is a pizza place.
I am
at
so
some place
excited that
on Third Earth
that pizza and Mexican food has survived our doom.
Third Earth.
Like, First Earth, second Earth, and it's made it to third Earth. That's pretty, it's got a long run.
I feel like we're in second Earth, and then third Earth is the age of the Thundercats. So we're in second Earth. And I feel like mumm-ra, mumm-ra's around here right now. I think when we're gone, then the
mumm-ra lives.
Yeah.
Mumm-ra lives.
Yeah.
And Cher.
Yeah, and Cher.
Still alive.
And Cher, that's so true. Sean's right. The last time he was kind of like goofy and making these one-liners.
Yeah.
And
he's kind of a cutthroat now. He's had it.
He's had it, but Snarf also says, basically, lock your doors and hide your valuables because Cracker is free. So his reputation does exceed him still.
Yeah, exactly. Which, again, I being the Captain Cracker fan, it was like realistically, it was very good to see. I think that's how he should have been the entire time.
Yes.
Because it made him a little bit more of like an actual villain as opposed to like the joke silly villain. And it was cool to see whether it's William Overgard did that. Say, all right, this is the Captain Cracker he needs to be. And what's cool, though, this is now 3 appearances for Captain Cracker.
Yes.
How many other villains on the show can say that aren't the main villains like mumm-ra, the mutants, or the Lunataks? Not too many.
So true, because not even Groon, really. I mean, he's had like what, maybe 2, 3. Speaking of Groon, like
I'm trying to think
2 maybe, or maybe not.
Maybe...
I don't. And we know Mole Master, as I love to bring up, it wasn't ever seen again. So
Mole Master is a different type of villain. If you're into S&M.
So, I mean, it's true. And in our last season, to bring back Cracker once more, it's true. Because besides mumm-ra, we did get Groon this season.
I love the continuity.
It's odd that we didn't see the mutants on the circus train. So does Bragg kind of trade them out depending on what show he's going to, like a zoo, basically, with the Lunataks are here this time. They're in the cage.
Yeah, right. You pay your 25 cents and you can now see the Lunataks. Next time will be the mutants. Or exactly, where are they? Maybe there's an opening there. There's something. Maybe there's a story there. We don't know.
You're speaking my language. I wanted them to pan over just to see like Jackalman and Monkey in the corner, like making a snide comment. That would have been hysterical.
Oh, that would have been great. And then like they didn't free them, but he freed the Lunataks. Yes. That would have been great.
Yes. A quick little something.
Or Bragg would have had some new frog boots.
Oh my God. Well, he kept the Myrna sign up. So Myrna is a real thing then, as a touring like her farewell show. This sign still appears, Myrna, on the train. So I wonder if she has really retired.
Well, again, was it Bragg? Did he have didn't he have an expired permit for the for his circus?
Oh yes,
train?
for circus.
Oh, you're right. It wasn't. Oh God, she
really does everything. Does she also check on the food preparation too? Does she give people ratings for the
food ratings? She could have went with Snarf.
This restaurant only has a C rating for cleanliness.
I could see that actually.
Now I will say, speaking of we never saw what the pizza looked like, did we? I don't think it was in it, because I'd be interested to see, does pizza still look the same?
That's true.
You're right. Or is it like on a dry cracker and they just, and then, speaking of crackers.
The other thing is, would you be traveling in space in a spacecraft that's about to fall apart? Did you see Snarfer's spacecraft? It was falling to pieces.
But was that because he had to speed up faster than the vehicle could take? That's how I took it.
I don't know, but she called him a speed crazy furball.
Haul that heap of junk over and land on third Earth. I might have known it was you speed crazy furball.
But gee, Officer Bandar, Captain Cracker's escaped, and Lionel told me to contact you. My radio's out and speeding was the only way I could get to you, and then you're not gonna give me a ticket, are you?
20 light years over the limit, broken taillight, out-of-date inspection.
But this was an emergency!
There's no emergency which exceeds the law. Now let's go find that Captain Cracker.
And they have a relationship, though, too. I'm surprised because Snarfer ends up with her. Speaking, the last time he got Mexican food, he gave Mandora some of it to cure her frozen throat. So they have this relationship. She was just really angry today.
I just want to know. So Cracker comes down in this
A smaller crab shack.
A small little.
It's like an outhouse.
It looks like a dreidel. Like it's just really small.
It kind of does, right?
His space dreidel crashed his on way out back.
Hear that, Crownan?
Just the silence of space, Captain.
No, listen. There it is. Look. What is it? It looks red hot.
A hot rock?
Which, by the way, we didn't mention, this way out back is in the shape of a star. It's like a star meteor-looking planet with a moon that's around it. So that's way out back. Very interesting. A great design. I mean, it's cool design, but...
Snarfer, Lair calling Snarfer. Do you copy?
I copy. Yes, sir. Yep. What's that?
Crackers in your area. You may be in danger.
What do you think I should do?
Get on the horn to Mandora the Evil Chaser. Ask her to escort you in. Got that?
Yeah, gee, yep.
So they get this idea that they contact Snarfer and alert him that Cracker has escaped. He's in that same area, but they need to reach Mandora. And possibly if he speeds up, and I was like, yeah, I have a good feeling this will work because of course anyone speeding she will catch. She'll catch you.
Yeah, she's the one law officer.
When
she pulls
true.
over Chilla and she has her purse, I still think
that was the best.
Hysterical.
That was the best.
I don't know where my ID is.
Yeah, I left it at the club. So we didn't even mention Snarfer does this adorable song, and it's it's so cute because it's just so out there. But why wouldn't there be music and pop music and things like that in ThunderCats? Why not, right?
Right, especially with Snarfer.
Exactly, you're right. If any character is going to do that, it's going to be Snarfer. And the lyrics for any bunglers that didn't have their closed captions on, because God knows I needed the closed captions on to understand what was being said. Hot rocket baby, you're so cool. You're burning up this foo-oo-ool. Have mercy on this pup before you burn him up. There we go. There's pop music or songs in ThunderCats. Snarfer speeds up so Mandora will catch him. And like David said, yes, she says, pull over that piece of junk ship over and you have to land on Third Earth. I guess that he was heading there anyway for the pizza run, but
that's the thing that's weird to me. There is, now again, this is being that nitpicky, it's a cartoon. So they said Snarfer was going to be in this close to way out back.
Right.
So that's why they needed him to go out there. But then she says pull over on Third Earth. So does that mean Third Earth is not that far from way out back? Looking too deep into it, I know.
I've been saying
no.
this.
We've been trying.
We had this thing with Zach on the show. So in the episode we did with Zach, there was a drought because of the planetary alignment, and there was like a discussion of where Third Earth was situated to
Thundera.
New Thundera, and I said they'd have to be in the same solar system. To affect like the planetary alignment was causing the drought on New Thundera because of this once in a lifetime. and he was like, no, they were in different solar system. I said, no, it couldn't be because of the alignment. So I'm thinking everything's close together.
Everything seems to be close in a way, but yet far.
But the argument was when they left Thundera to begin with, how come they didn't shoot for Third Earth to begin with to get there, and how come everyone like Jaga died because he aged because he couldn't go in the suspension capsule, but yet they made it.
But yet Linkso didn't turn to dust. No, I'm just joking.
So this is where we're like, I don't know if that's a continuity issue or whatever, but it's something to think about because I often think about that. But we also thought that maybe when mumm-ra reconstituted Thundera, then maybe he made it in the same solar system as Third Earth.
It's very confusing. I mean, mean, in general, placement in this universe.
This is something cool to think about.
Yeah.
I'm glad you think about this, because this is how my mind works, too. I'm like, okay, because they were on their way from New Thundera to Third Earth in the Feeliner, and they were getting pretty close in a very short period of time.
If they were all right there, why do they need Snarfer to do, like... But again, I think this is us thinking way too deep into something that 7-year-olds weren't going to think of, and it was a way to get them, we need to get on Third Earth somehow. There it is. Because Third Earth is now right next to Way Outback, which is apparently right next door.
But if you're going to go get pizza from another planet,
it must be really good.
Either you're freezing it and keeping it for another day, or...
No, it's Burbles. The Burbles must do everything. They must make everything.
It's candy fruit pizza.
Actually, I would go for that.
Yes.
Our next Christmas special.
Candy fruit pizza.
Zach, you hear us? Candy fruit pizza. That's next.
Yeah, we could put pineapple. You could put pineapple on pizza. So God knows we'll come up with something.
Okay, I'm going to derail this entire show real quick. I'm not saying I like it, but I don't hate it. I don't hate pineapple on pizza. I'm just saying.
I'll take it too.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Sean.
I'm not with it, but I don't hate it. I just had to get it off my chest. I've been holding it in for like 20 years.
And that's it. Cancel this show. That is it. How dare you?
No, I'm
sir. No.
A good like pineapple, thin crust with some pineapple on it. And you could always create your own Snarf themed pizza if you are hungry out there, bunglers. Why not? Put his face with pepperoni. I would eat a Snarf pepperoni pizza.
It's already the color scheme. If you can find someone that can design like art with sauce, perfect. Like,
I would totally eat that. So yes, okay. So Mandora pulls over Snarfer. Oh wait, where was I? Oh, okay.
They get to Third Earth.
This is now totally. I'm jumping back a little while Luna and the Lunataks are still in the circus train. Crownan and Luna kind of have like a moment.
Who did that?
Too bad it didn't squash you, Featherface.
Featherface, am I? Well, let me ask you who's behind bars, Luna, you or me? Crownan, enough! Come, take a look.
Captain Cracker's dreidel fell down.
Yes.
And Luna says she wishes it would have landed on Crownan, basically. And he's like, well, look at me. I'm out here and you're in the
cage.
You're in a cage. So they have that little moment. And a theme, as we mentioned earlier, the Lunataks were not on it today. They were not on their normal selves. Even Luna, I mean, one part when she makes a muck run in freaking circles after that boomerang. What?
Well, you'd be locked up in a cage being poked like a...
like a bear?
Does he make them throw like seeds and stuff, like feed and stuff at them to eat?
Oh my God.
There's no running water there. They have to...
Oh my God.
Do they have to poop in the cage?
And he feeds them like chickens, we found out now. Oh God. New continuity for anyone out there listening. Captain Bragg feeds them like hens.
Oh my God.
Who knew? Really, circus abuse.
Is Bragg really like a villain now? If you look at it, is he really just like a horrible, horrible person? Maybe he's the real villain in this story, and Captain Cracker's the hero.
You know what?
He does say he would not
you
let...
lubbers. What did he say?
What does he say? Like, he says something like we just said about it. Like, he would not let, like, doesn't he say like robots or...
Yeah, he wouldn't. He's got a heart like
for
like
creatures
Buddha
too.
said.
Like,
he said he mentions he has a heart. He didn't want to see his friends basically being locked up and being treated like chickens.
On display to whomever.
Well, it is demeaning.
See, Captain Cracker's a hero. He's been horribly misrepresented all these years. He's a true hero.
See? He could have been the Robin Hood of this whole show, really. Because wow, I've never even thought of this. The conditions on Captain Bragg's circus ship is just, you're just thrown in a cage.
Right, me hearty. I expect you want to know why old Captain Cracker rescued you from a fate worse than death.
You won't get away with this, Cracker.
You'll walk the plank before I'm done with you. You lily-livered excuse for a showman. As I was saying, I have rescued you because I couldn't bear to hear my bosom buddies in badness were all locked up. There are those who say that old Cracker is all heart.
They do.
That he cannot stand to see a single thing, human or mechanical, abused.
It's true.
Yes, and I admit it. I'm an old softy. But now that I've freed you, mateys, now that the ThunderCats have abandoned Third Earth, I'll get my revenge. We'll take it over and turn it into a pirate's paradise.
You know, it would have been really a cool episode to see Hammerhand have a battle, like a pirate ship battle between him and Captain Cracker's crew. Like have a crew.
That would have been great.
That would have been a cool event.
Oh my God. And the Lunataks could have been his new pirates versus, the Berserkers.
That would have been awesome.
That would there's a story. There's a story.
But through the power of AI, we could probably pull it off. We'd have a copyright infringement, but
oh, in a heartbeat, yeah. But it's worth doing. I'm just saying.
It is worth doing though, right? Isn't it? Okay. What am I actually up to? Okay, yes. So Snarfer attracts Mandora by speeding. His plan works, but of course she arrives and transports
the law. Another villain saying, sorry, not trying to interrupt, just pointing out. He was breaking the law, and maybe Snarfer and the ThunderCats really are the villains here. Just, just trying to open some minds as we're going. Just trying to open some minds.
More clues drop. That's so true. Are they above the law? Do you think you're above the law, ThunderCats?
Apparently, and they're saying, do whatever you have to do to get there. They're telling you, they're literally telling you, break the law.
They did say that.
Remember what mumm-ra said from the beginning. It is you that have interrupted my sleep, my rest.
Yeah, he did say that. That's so true.
My planet.
Me. So they go to Third Earth, and this is when Bragg is now locked up in the Lunatak cage with Crownan.
As he
should. That's right. After the conditions, he was... Oh.
She's like, here's a bucket to go in like you made us.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Meanwhile, can we talk about the fact that Luna's thin enough she could have squeezed out of the bars?
They could have totally threw Luna through the bars, right?
Aluro could have squeezed through there. Chilla could have squeezed through. They all could have. Well, not Tugmug, but could have just got right out.
You're right. Aluro is so... They could have put him through. Put my head first.
Well, speaking of Ro, and like the fact that they were not, the Lunataks were kind of pretty lame in this episode. I don't mean like as characters. I just mean like as what they did in the episode.
Yes.
Allura kind of like everything that was ever cool about Allura was gone in this episode. Yes. Like they really made him kind of like the butt of almost every joke. I know, like it was just like I don't know. It wasn't a good showing.
Did you think at first, because there was a point where I thought he didn't have his sphere, because I thought that's the reason why he didn't do anything. But then there was a part where you actually see it at his side. So I don't know.
I don't know how he got. I think that was a issue. I
thought it was broken at one point, and maybe that's what at first I thought he was powerless without it. Like he felt like he couldn't do anything because that's his main power. But then again, I saw it at his side.
Yeah, you're right. That would make sense. Where it's like, he's pretty much powerless because he does say, something about like I mess with minds, not machines, or minds, and I forget what he said, but that would make sense. Yeah, if it was by his side, then there you go. That could be the continuity error.
I'm trying to give him an out because I liked him as a character, but I thought it was like,
I love him. He was. But
I thought it was like lame.
But they were all. I mean, besides Red Eye, who ended up eating Mandora's boomerang. He was the only one that did anything in this, really. But Chilla did try. But
where was Chilla's man?
Well, that's true.
Captain Cracker. She was waiting for Cracker to save her.
I love that she's a pirate.
That's what she was doing. She was supporting the. Yeah, she was like, I got you.
She did say, freeze, cop.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Freeze, cop.
Crownan, they get this idea inside with the bucket to use for the bathroom. Now, Crownan, they spot a fire extinguisher. What it was doing in the cage with them, maybe I have no idea. But
yeah, strange.
Stranger things have happened. Speaking of stranger things,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo ho ho, and away we go to thunder and hit our most dangerous fall.
Yo ho ho, and away we go.
That's a cinch, Crownan. You can easily slip through the bars and go warn the ThunderCats. Are you nuts?
They decide they're going to use this to basically blast him off into space in hopes that they can also get a penalty from Mandora. That's what the Thundercats Wikipedia says. A penalty from Mandora.
So she's a tyrant.
They're like, they know her. They know her.
She really is.
You go 1 mile over. That's it. She smells it in the air.
There's no grace period with her.
There's no grace. A Cracker and his new crew arrive on Third Earth. And this is, of course, after we mentioned earlier, there's a whole like pirate sing song, Luna's into it. You hear Lynn Lipton really the loudest singing the yo ho, yeah. She was into it. Luna was into it. My new life. And
the second order, my captain.
Why, my dear lady, we'll start by plundering Third Earth. Cat's Lair will make the perfect base, and the Tower of Omens a perfect outpost.
They are approaching, I want to say, what they think is the Burble Village.
Yes. Yep.
This is hysterical because they mention that they're going to do all this thing. They're going to, attack the Wolos and do this to the Burbles and smash the snowman and do all these things because all the Thundercats left Third Earth, they believe.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, me hearties. This is the life for me. We'll take Third Earth by surprise. We'll bully the Burbles. Whack the Wolo. Smash the snowman. And thrash the Thundercats.
Still hold the lovers on.
They think they're getting the Burbles and they see them. I don't know what honestly they were doing. They were like coming out in a line like ants or into a building, out of a building. What we hear is Mandora Burble voice for a moment. I guess they wanted to fool you that it was the lone Burble, but it turns out to be Snarfer in a Burble costume. Now, where can we get this?
Yeah, right. So, was it it started to go morbid here, but was it a dead Burble?
Yeah, it's almost like yes, Sean.
Oh no!
It's just kind of opposite. What is going on?
That is honestly so true. It's like a hollowed out Burble that was easily accessible.
Yeah, they just happened to have it there. So yeah, right. It's just really weird. What happened to Robert Bria? Come on, what's wrong with her? What's happening?
Pods and buckets of mud. Where are the furry swabs?
Vanished. There's one!
I order you to cease and desist. You are all wanted and under arrest. All right, you perpetrators. Drop your weapons and line up. Cuff 'em, Snarfer.
I don't think so, saucy miss. You lay down your weapon.
Can we also talk about one thing else before that? How Captain Cracker became a really big hype man. Before he was like, and we're gonna take the Cat's Lair would make an amazing stronghold, and the Tower of Omens will be a great watch. He was hyping them up, and then he said there's only one poor Pumyra left on Third Earth, like the song says.
There's literally how was it? Is it 7 or 8 Thundercats, and they left poor Pumyra by herself? What was everyone else doing? What was going on?
And I know they're going to trade off, right? But it always just made me laugh. Even as a kid, it's just I know Tiger's technically across the pond. I don't even know how far the tower is even compared. But, I mean, you mean to tell me they couldn't just pair 2 up? Throw a kid over there and cat over there, with Tiger, trade them off a little.
That's lonely. Just alone, the mental, that's really lonely. I wouldn't do that. Why do they all need to be on? Yeah, no. I think that was really cruel. Just saying.
Again, more evidence that maybe the Thundercats were the villains. I mean,
oh my God,
what did poor Pumyra do to get that type of treatment?
Her toys did not sell.
Oh,
that's what she did. No, I'm only kidding.
Poor and Tiger too.
I think she made up with it in the new in the 2011.
Oh boy. Oh, Pumyra.
Just saying. No, without saying it.
Well, what did you see?
There's only one ThunderCat in the lair. The female they call Pumyra.
Then what are we waiting for? Have at it, me swabbies!
What? Cracker and the Lunataks! How did they get here?
Before this, we forgot to mention, Mandora does catch Crownan in space, and he says, "You got me," and she goes, "No, I booked you."
You saved me.
Wrong. I booked you.
What? But I'm on a mission of mercy to tell you that Captain Crackus sprang the Lunataks from Bragg's circus-train. They're raiding Third Earth.
So she was arresting him for hanging on a fire extinguisher in space.
So that was already how many she already gave out?
2 tickets at that point, no? 2?
And the circus was after when she
The
gave...
circus was at the end, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so...
that was.
Oh, and Cracker's bosom buddies. We should use the correct term. That is what he referred to the Lunataks as. They are his bosom buddies. And he's an old softy.
That was a good show.
Yeah, bosom buddies.
Great show.
Drag.
Yeah, didn't last too long either. So this is when we really see the main plot forming. So the Burbles, they think they're going to attack them. And what they come across, like we said, is Mandora and Snarfer in a Burble costume.
Yeah.
Which could have been... the dead Burble.
Yes,
we don't know what
Buddha
happens to
said,
them
it's
once
so true.
we don't know what their internal workings are once they're gone. And they do produce a lot of Burbles. They had to go to multiple planets because they just keep breeding like rabbits.
Yes, they do. So they also mentioned that the Burbles are great workers, which is true, and they would make great workers for them. So they were going to enslave the Burbles. But to Buddha's points about the ThunderCat, they did make the Burbles basically build Cat's Lair and the Tower of Omens.
Yeah, they're like, oh, well, yeah, we're going to need you guys to go ahead and do this now. And they
now. Keyword
we're
now.
We're friends, though. We're friends.
Yeah, it's true. We're friends, though. It's okay. So the Lunataks are very rusty fighting. Like we said, the boomerang, Mandora throws and Chilla's, like you said, phrase, but no, doesn't really work. Aloro, as we mentioned, says, no, I can't really do anything. And at this point, I was disappointed in them. I was really disappointed in them because of Cracker's faith in them. And they just let him.
They let him down.
They let him down.
Like he literally had an actual army of people there with him that could do absolutely nothing except for Red Eye. Red Eye was still Red Eye. He was still kind of like, all right, I'm going to eat your boomerang. What now?
Which freed everybody else.
And he did see there was the one ThunderCat, right, too, as well, inside of the cat's lair with his X-ray or Red Eye vision.
Right.
But if you compared these to the Lunataks of season 2, oh my God.
Which mumm-ra was actually afraid of them. He entombed them because he couldn't control them. But so you're seeing Mandora with her boomerang took them all on.
Right.
Her boomerang.
She's been practicing. We actually do cut back to Lion-O, and as said earlier, again, not really big in this story at all.
Which I will say, I thought that was kind of cool because I will going into some other series and stuff like that, like X-Men and stuff. I love X-Men. One of the things that always bothered me about X-Men was that it got very Wolverine heavy. Mm-hmm. And so it became like the Wolverine show when you're watching X-Men. Yeah. And obviously, that was the Lion-O show. So it was just kind of a refreshing episode where it's like, no, the whole episode is very villain-centric. And it's literally, it was Captain Cracker's whole episode. Everyone else was more of a secondary character.
I mean, that is so true. It actually is a nice thing in a season 4, the last season, that it's not just Lion-O. I mean, granted, it was William Overgard with his characters. He brings the Mandoras, he brings the Braggs and the circus and things that. But
I will say, where you are with the synopsis, I only have one real criticism of the episode. I think you know what I'm going to say. Maybe.
I don't know because maybe I do. So meanwhile, we have Lion-O. Let's see what he's actually going to do.
Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. Lunataks and Pumyra's alone in the lair. We'll never get there in time to help. Unless... Thunder! 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 ThunderCats!
So what happened? Lion-O is in the feliner with Cheetara and Panthro, and they're kind of trying to race to get to the Captain Bragg, I want to say, right?
Beyond sight. He does sight beyond sight. Does he do sight beyond sight?
He does sight beyond sight. That's when he sees when they get to. Like, okay, so the Lunataks get to Cat's lair,
and Pumyra's like, I'm just gonna roll back the drawbridge right now. She's like, I would have just. We talked about this off camera. Like, why wouldn't you just leave that bridge rolled up all the time?
Especially since she's by
herself.
Alone.
You're alone. I would have that bridge closed constantly.
100%.
I don't even want the unicorn keeper. He's always complaining that my husband. I'm not your therapist.
David suggested a box, like a call
box, like just to.
Well, then speaking of that, like, this is not to sidetrack everything. Did Mandora change her phone number? Is that why the ThunderCats couldn't get a hold of her? And like, they don't even send a message to Pumyra? Do they? Do they just forget how to use phones other than talking to Snarfer?
It was like hands off. They're like, oh, hands off. We're not on Third Earth.
Honestly, you are speaking one of my bungles of the episode. No communication.
Okay, yeah.
No communication.
Very strict.
Yes.
But speaking of the drawbridge, since we're actually talking about that, there was the point where Allura couldn't even jump. What was that about? It's, I can't make a jump. Like, dude, just move your foot. You'll be fine. Just move, just take a step forward. It's not that bad. It's like...
So they really were. Their heart was not in this.
His spirit was broken. He was locked in a cage. He was locked in a cage and forced to perform for a circus. His spirit was broken.
You're right. You know what? I was harshly judging. You were 100% accurate.
No, I think you're right, Buddha. I personally think you're right. I'm like, you can't be like your legs were, what is that? Atrophied. You could jump.
Although I will say, Allura always reminds me of that one stoner friend that can't be bothered to do anything.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, I could get up. The house is on fire, but like,
why?
Maybe I'll just sit
why?
Yeah, but that's a pretty dead on description, quite frankly. Like, that's pretty dead on.
It's like,
don't ask me to jump.
You guys got this. I'm good. Oh, all right, Tugmug. Well, jump together. Cool, bro.
Why am I even here?
I mean, honestly, again, because they really didn't show too much of the Lunataks doing anything, but this was such an anticlimactic ending even. So yes, we do see Pumyra. I want the Bunglers to,
say goodbye to poor Pumyra.
I mean,
Pumyra left on Third Earth alone. She waits for home.
She doesn't even, and again, we're jumping ahead, but she can't even be bothered to go outside with the wrap up to laugh with everybody over the
Why would
tickets.
you laugh? You're left alone on a hostile planet with no help.
Right.
You think she wants to get with Tigra?
Maybe she wasn't allowed out because, maybe the ThunderCats aren't the nicest people. They're like, no, you just go back inside, Pumyra. Like,
that Tigra's outscoring Fruit from Silky.
Oh my god, that's why she didn't see. She didn't even communicate.
She's
with
like,
Tigra.
I can't even talk to Tigra. Which version of Tigra am I getting? Is he obsessed with the Silky Fruit? Is he trying to draw some energy from some mystical tablet, some totem right now? Totem of Dara. Which Tigra am I getting today? So I'm not even going to bother contacting him.
She didn't bother contacting him. And like Buddha said, they didn't contact anybody. Mandora, the cat's lair. We know the communication has to be better.
They come to Third Earth and literally, could have said, hey, just so you know, we're on Third Earth. Don't even say that to her when they're approaching the planet before Lino jumps out of the feliner, which I will say was pretty cool when he did that, when that whole thing happened. But a simple, hey, Pumyra, we're on Third Earth. See you soon. Would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been good for her.
Pumyra's like, oh, damn, no, I had to clean this damn whole cat.
Oh my God, she had to clean the bathroom.
She's like,
the cat
God,
box.
that's why she didn't come out. She's like, oh, I don't have the speed like Cheetara to run around this damn cat's lair. She's like,
There you go.
There's
She
food
was
everywhere.
cleaning.
The litter box isn't even clean. Oh God.
Oh my God, she was cleaning
my
the
book club. The Warrior Main that's coming over from book club. Oh God.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
But I will say, beautiful shot when Lion-O jumps out of the feliner and there's that shot of him with the feliner in the back and Lion-O's in the front. Great shot. Beautiful shot.
That is, yeah, that does look really cool. What even led up to that? This was, again, Captain Cracker being pretty villainy here when he's just like literally ties up Mandora on her, electrocycle, and he's like, all right, yeah, well, he pushes the button so it goes forward just to go crash into a mountain. It's very pirate, which is so cool of things. It's like,
yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kill you on your own bike. Bye-bye. And then, like, damn, Captain
This isn't
Cracker.
Johnny Depp.
Like, right. It's very, again, he's Captain Cracker just straight up being a badass. And then it leads us to the buttons with the 45 buttons that it has to get pressed. But yeah, that lead up was cool. Seeing Lion-O jump out like that was cool. That was cool.
That was the most heroic action part of the Thundercats side, because what does the Sword of Omens do? It shoots a laser and makes
This is where I got.
The drawbridge that Pumyra was technically trying to pull in to begin with. It just shuts the drawbridge, and they fall.
It tilts it. It tilts it.
Well, yeah, and it ends up dumping our poor Cracker inside the water.
That's what I kind of did not like. I'll be honest with you.
Again, going to the Thundercats being a villain, one of them literally screams, "I can't swim." Captain Cracker talks about how the water is going to kill him and he'll sink to the bottom. They're literally trying to kill all of the Lunataks and Captain Cracker. And like, it's not like they jump in and get them. Like, a little bit later, somebody, they pull the whisker thing out and grabs them. Like, how long were they underwater for, sinking and drowning?
Being electrocuted, Sean.
The thing is, I didn't like the okay, we're going to use the Swiss Army knife Sword of Omens, and especially since it was like via far away, it wasn't even like in the same vicinity. It was like, I'm going to use the power and it's going to transmit through the cat's eyes, I think.
But that was a great shot from behind the cat's lair.
From a different place. Like, it's the Sword of Omens is not even in the same sector. Like, I can see it being the Swiss Army knife and being present. The sword was not even present in the area.
Well, look at this.
Right?
I mean, this is one way we could look at it.Maybe it was Pumyra that hit the laser on the eyes to do that to the bridge, and she got no credit for doing that whatsoever. We don't even know. Maybe, again, Lion were like, yeah, we took care of it, don't worry. But she's like, well, yeah, I'm the one that took care of it. I hit the button. And
so do you think that maybe Lion-O just gave her the dopamine uptake by calling the Thundercats? He said, I'm gonna light her up.
Yeah.
And it gave her the strength to press a different
He's
button.
like, she's going to get she is going to get off of that chair and actually do something.
I'm telling you, the fact that they couldn't even get this woman out of the chair, I feel so bad for Pumyra. So Buddha gave her an extra little credit, and I'm so for it.
I just wanted her to fight a little bit. I wanted to give her something.
No.
It would have been like some type of, even if it was a one kick, anything would have been cool.
It would have been cool if she was watching everything that was going on and she met up with Mandora and they fought the Lunataks and Cracker together, even if they got caught.
Yeah, and so they gave her nothing. They was just like, oh yeah, she's just going to be sitting here.
They're like, we're not even going to animate you.
That's so sad. But it's true because, I don't know. Like that chair shot of her. And I want to say that's the same shot we saw when they said that we left Tigra and Pumyra on Turtles. And I think it's her at the cat's lair thing going boop, boop, boop.
And she's still
sitting there. Someone forgot to get her up. Oh, poor Pumyra.
We speak your name, girl. We speak your name.
Poor Pumyra.
Pumyra.
So the wrap up is just that. Cracker is floating in the moat around Cat's lair, and Snarfer uses the whisker, like Sean said, and picks him up with the little whiskers, fishes him out, shocked, like literally like electrocuted. But Panthro does mention that he's going to be out of commission for a little while.
You mean permanently? Because they killed him.
It looks like they'll be out of commission for a while.
Pandora will escort you to Way Out Back Island, where you can throw away the key on these creatures for good.
Oh, yes. How could we forget?
Did we forget like when he had two birds on his shoulders? I
love the Polly versus Crownan.
I love that.
Oh yes,
they should make a figure with having him with the two. That would be kind of cool.
You get a free Crownan.
You know what? That would be cool if Super 7 comes out with a Captain Bragg. And he's clearly going to have him, but as long as he also fits on Captain Cracker's figure, that would be cool. That'd be cool.
Pretty awesome.
That would open up a whole new world of mixing and matching and things like that. So the best line, again, here we go. We're going with this ThunderCats villain thing. Lion-O says, way out back island where you could throw out the key on these creatures for good. So he's not even like, he's like, I never want to see these people escape this thing ever again.
It's pretty harsh. I mean,
creatures, throw the key out. Never again. Do never come to my third Earth that I don't even look at.
And you can take Pumyra with you.
Oh my God, poor Pumyra. Captain Bragg, I want to say that this is also continuity, flirting with Mandora.
My pleasure, Lion-O. We would welcome the company of such a fine lady.
Not so fast, Bragg. I have some unfinished business to take care of. Traveling with an expired circus permit, broken tail light on your cages, passing in a no-passing zone. I wouldn't laugh if I were you.
But Mandora, after everything we've been through...
When are you going to learn, Snarfer? Nothing comes before the law.
This time he says,
that old pervert.
She's a fine lady. But she says, okay, yeah, last time she gave that excuse, like, I'm always on duty. This time she's just like, here's a ticket. I'm not even going to bother saying I'm always on duty. Just here, pay this.
She's just like, I don't want to hear it. No, I don't. Just stop flirting with me. Here's a ticket, go away.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I remember
I don't date circus workers.
She's like, you circus freak. I remember the last time you were drunk when we were celebrating the ThunderCats leaving Third Earth. And you tried to touch me.
Oh my God. Boy, Captain Bragg.
You belong in the cage.
Captain Bragg. He feeds prisoners like chickens. He gives them a bucket, and he's a pervert.
These are behind the scenes things. We talked about going behind the curtain. This is it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but this would happen in reality. He always comes off he's a little off. He gets a little thrill. You could tell he gets a little thrill of it. He locks up people. Yes, they're horrible. They're not. They're not the great. They're horrible human, creatures or whatever you want to say, things. But they should be sent someplace. Not
selling like, oh, everyone look at the freaks for 25 cents. Throw them a handful of chicken seed. What's worse?
The fact is, I understand the revenge thing. I do understand, like, you want to get revenge for someone who's wronged you, kind of a thing. But they didn't brag. They really did nothing to brag. No. They should go serve their time on the penile planet in prison.
That's not even an option. You were just locked up
and not be put on a circus train to be paraded around to be humiliated.
Exactly. Like Lion-O's literally pretty much like a Batman right here and ignoring due process entirely with Mandora right there and just be like, oh yeah, throw them away on the planet where they can never escape and talk to anybody or see anyone ever again. Like, wow. Okay.
Which is shocking because she's such a stickler.
You're so right. I didn't even think of that, Sean, because you're right. This is like, I'm surprised she isn't like, no, this is against intergalactic law number 55. Circus performing without a permit.
Right.
She totally would.
They've over-occupied too many bodies in one cage.
Yeah, how many Lunataks can you fit in one cage? That's true. Without amenities.
We have managed to annihilate all the ThunderCats and Mandoras.
God, I hope Peter Lawrence never listens to these. I always say that to
every
David
time we
God.
do something perverted, we're
like,
innuendos about Lion-O, me and Lion-O or Bengali. I'm like, oh God, I hope he's not listening to this episode. only the nice ones where we're like reminiscing about childhood. I'm like, he's probably like, I'm never coming on the show with these two perverts.
Oh my God. But now we know Bragg chicken feeds. Oh my God. So to wrap this up really nicely, we think Snarfer thinks that he has this really nice relationship with Mandora. But
too bad.
No. He doesn't, unfortunately. What we find out is he also gets a ticket.
Another one.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, what was the thing? Nothing is above the law, Snarfer.
Again, she is the female Judge Dredd. It is wild in this episode.
It's so true now. I'll never forget that now because it's so true.
Do you think she's a Cyclops under there?
Yeah.
Do you think she's a Cyclops?
I hope so. I really do hope so. Oh my God.
Try new Vlasic snack chunks. They're only 2 calories each, but they taste like a million.
There is actually some trivia, thanks to the Thundercats Wikipedia for this. It says that Snarfer's introduction in this episode is very similar to Overguard's other episode, Exile Isle. In both, oh God, boy, that's a error from the last time. I kept saying Exile Island, meanwhile it's Exile Isle. In both cases, Snarfer is alone in the spaceship near a vicinity of a planet where Captain Cracker and the Lunataks are. Not to mention, in this episode, Snarfer is making a pizza run to Third Earth while in Exile Isle, he's eating a slice of pizza? Is he really? Did we see the pizza?
I don't remember. Do we?
I don't
now I'm going to have to watch that.
That's crazy. Okay, so Bunglers, potentially, if Thundercats Wikipedia is correct, then you could actually see what a possible slice might look like.
Well, I mean, Wikipedia is always accurate.
You're right? Why would it ever lie to us?
Yeah, right.
Seeing both Captain Bragg and Captain Cracker on screen together makes an interesting comparison, as both characters are captains and have a talking bird as a sidekick who are always perched on their shoulders. Both the characters were also brainchild of William Overguard. Even though Bragg had captured both the mutants and the Lunataks in the circus train, there's only the Lunataks are shown, and they're missing from their cells, like we mentioned. Okay, so that was something we did mention. Captain Cracker's line of, "We'll bully the Burbles, we'll whack the Wollos, we'll smash the snowman and crush the Thundercats," is an almost verbatim of what the mutants dialogue in Snarf Takes Up the Challenge. The exact line is said in that episode was, "We'll bully the Burbles, terrorize the Tabbits, whip the Wollos, and smash the snowman." So the snowman is always getting smashed.
Yeah, right. What did he have?
And then one of the running gags in this episode is Mandora handing out speeding tickets and citations to various characters without showing any consideration for the circumstances. Her statement, "Nothing comes before the law," accompanied with her no-nonsense attitude and even the design of her helmet, oh my God, here we go, is like the character of Judge Dredd. So, Sean, you are on point.
Wikipedia never. I was actually me updating that. Like I was on right before we started this. Like, oh.
This is Pumyra's final appearance in the series, and possibly the Lunataks, because I want to say there's one more Vulture Man episode. I don't know if he takes like a Lauro or somebody, but I want to say there is a Vulture appearance.
Emancipation of Vulture, the last one.
I think there is one more. I really think there is one more. So now comes the hard part. Before we get into our bungler, Buddha, out of 1 to 5 hoes on your hoe scale, where would this fall? And remember, if you want to do point scale, you could do blank, point, blank, whatever you're feeling.
Well, again, because Captain Cracker is such a strong character in this, and honestly, I think this is his strongest episode, I'm going to give it a 4.8. 4.8, because he's a badass in this one. Like, you know, him getting defeated the way he did is kind of hurts, but he was very pirate-esque. He saves the Lunataks. He literally, you know, he's going to destroy Luna and the Electra Charger. Like, he's got all these plans to do all these things on Third Earth. It's a solid Captain Cracker episode, and again, they kind of reinvented him from his last appearance when he was kind of not as Captain Cracker-esque as he should be. So I'm very happy with it because of how much of a badass he is in this. I'm giving it a 4.8. 4.8. I know that's strong. I understand if everyone doesn't agree with that, but just because it's so Captain Cracker, I gotta give it a high score.
And we always say that every fan has a favorite episode, and not every fan's numbers will agree with everybody. Yeah. So of course, you love Cracker. We love your score.
Thank you.
Of course, my goodness. I will say I am going to give it a higher score because of a few things. William Overgard at least let us see Pumyra one more time, which honestly, I mean, I'm saying it and joking, oh, it's Pumyra, like, but without that, that would have been it. We never would have seen her again because she's never appears clearly. They didn't care enough. But they were just like, whatever. So the fact that he did give us Pumyra one more time, we got to see the old cat's lair again, which is always nice. And I love Third Earth things. I do love when we get Burble references, Wolos, warrior maidens, any reference to Third Earth. So I'm going to give it a 3.8 out of 5 because of all of that. And Cracker, it's true. Cracker was very like pirate. He was top on his game.
Yes. And again, like I know I mentioned earlier on it, like the fact that it wasn't Lino-centric and still a solid episode, to me, that reasons why it deserves a high score in my book. Yes. It was like Lino probably had, realistically speaking, a minute to a minute and a half of actual screen time, which is wild to think about for a
You're right, actually. That is something. Ooh, so David, with all this in your mind,
this episode made me laugh ridiculously with the giving out the tickets constantly. I loved the fact that Cracker's character left on a high note in the sense of he was a true villain as opposed to this caricature that we tend to have with some of these villains. Even mumm-ra has become like, he has these moments where he's like really evil and you're like, okay. And then he's like, wah, wah, like, okay.
Making a big spoon.
You're just being a baby. Like you're supposed to be the embodiment of all evil. So I love that fact of it. I love the whole like pirate thing where they become pirates. They're painting the side of the freaking train. Like, yo ho, like a pirate's life for me. Like, I love that whole aspect of it. That made me smile. That made me laugh. I of course, the fact that they went back to Third Earth and they saw Pumyra for 5 seconds. Poor thing. Didn't was the sort of omens, unless it was Pumyra, like you said, the sort of omens being able to magically go through the cat's eyes. That's the one thing I love, that the sort of omens has this ability, but sometimes I'm like, enough is enough. I like to see some failure because I think that brings growth. But and I thought the Lunataks were a little lackluster, but I'm putting it up to the fact that they were paraded around in a cage and abused.
Yes.
By that dirty old man.
Yes.
And his Vlasic, his pickle-eating Vlasic bird.
We actually
got some more pickles. Oh yeah.
You know what?
No one does not know that. Look up the Vlasic. Is it a stalk?
He's a stalk, I want to say, but he's got like a monocle and a You see?
Talks just like that.
But to mention, just really to quickly on, didn't we say when he controlled Wily Kit, he took him on his circus train and he put him on his lap? Remember all that? There is a whole thing with Bragg too.
So,
oh god,
I'm splitting the difference between the two of you because I thought yours was a little low. I'm gonna do like a 4.4 because any episode that can really make me laugh out loud, because at the same time, like I can as an adult can relate to the fact that I don't get tickets often, but like the cop that is ridiculous, that is like, I'm so stuck on rules and regulations that you were 4 miles over the speed limit, I'm going to give you a ticket. Really? Come on. Like, you're being a jerk about this or whatever. I can relate to that, and just some of the funny things. And I like the fact that the character, there was an arc, and I love continuity. Like, to me, that's like the bread and butter of like, I love having some continuity and having them come full circle, and that he remembered about them and he actually came to free them, but also, and I even the part that she's got her man now, she likes a cutthroat man. That Chilla. So all of that makes me just smile and laugh. So I'm saying a 4.4, like 4.4 for me at least.
Great, actually.
Nice.
And I have to tell you, probably maybe at a 4.5 because, no offense, because we've talked about this, and no offense because we love the series, we love the writers, we love all of it. Some of these episodes in this last season have been, for me, a little bit lackluster.
Frogman.
Shut up.
He hates that Frogman.
You keep saying it. You're so mean. That person wrote, how dare you?
I don't know. Did William Overgard write Frogman? God knows.
So there are certain episodes that I'm like, it bothered me because I'm like, this is like their swan song, and maybe it wasn't supposed to be, but it was. I really wanted to, like, I wanted everything.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff I'm like, we've seen this already. So I liked this. I liked having old characters brought in.
Yes,
I loved
the Lunataks.
So I'm even going to say a 4.5
Great.
for me.
Very beautiful.
So
You are a worthless, bungling idiots! Bunglers! You bungler! Once again, you have failed.
You bungled it!
So then, of course, we always ask, who is our biggest bungler? Who's the person who messed up, could have changed the story, could have done better, could have performed better, dare I say? I mean, just to make it easy, I don't know. I'm going Lunataks just because if this is their last episode, and I believe we're both kind of like, maybe there might be another, I don't know, like a Laurel possibly.
Mm-hmm.
If this is their last episode, I would have liked them to do a little more. And Luna just running in a circle with a muck, I'm like, oh my God, how the mighty have fallen. Like that was just really like, wah, 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 bungler. And the communications, actually, Sean said it beautifully earlier. The fact that Cat's Lair relied on Snarfer
But we've talked about this in so many
it's always
episodes. Why do the ThunderCats not have communicators on them? Why do they rely on the fact that if the Sword of Omens decides that it's going to tell Lion-O that Chitara is in a tar pit about to die? Like what is, or on a net or something? Why do they not have a communicator in their weapons, on their bodies at all times, in every vehicle?
Now that you say that, doesn't Chitara actually have in one episode some type of communication in her staff at one point?
I guess it didn't. I guess it broke, or it didn't have the, or it didn't.
Yeah, they just like,
Panther didn't put the cat insignia on it, so it didn't pass the inspection. Yeah, it had to have the cat symbol on it. It didn't, so it didn't use it.
But it's so true. Yes, he put communicators in there, and Chitara, you're right. We saw her staff. A matter of fact, there was like a little square cutout speaker.
So okay.
I remember that now. But granted, she wasn't. She was in the feliner. So, she couldn't say, "Hey, Pumyra, coming in." Like, but unlock the doors. We're going to be there soon. Like,
pull up that the bridge, Pumyra. Pull that bridge up a little sooner.
Right.
I'd be that. So. Bungler, David? My mind is Lunataks communication and / communication. If I had to pick two,
I'm gonna mirror that. I was really disappointed in the Lunataks. These are these fearsome warriors. I think Chilla could have easily even shot the boomerang and froze it pretty instantly, and that would have even led to not having to do half of what they did, and then they could have frozen Mandora.
Her throat again,
or whatever, or any Tugmug could have just jumped and squashed her. I mean, he broke the Sword of Omens in half like twice.
Yes, he broke the Sword of Omens.
Like he's like scary. I think the Lunataks could have done more, and even Alaro, if it wasn't an animation error, he could have been like, "No, Mandora, you're not going to arrest us. You're not giving out any more tickets."
Unless it wasn't. I'm thinking either they would Captain Bragg actually keep their weapons on the thing because maybe they grabbed it afterwards, or it's an animation error.
Is he his gun blaster thing because he started shooting it at one point, so he had his.
He must have had it stored somewhere, right? One of those empty circus trains.
So they bungled not being fierce, right? And then the lack of communication, because why did Lion-O? I'm going to leave it more so Lion-O, because he was the one who actually gave the order to reach out to Mandora instead of doing it himself. They should have open communication with Mandora. He shouldn't have left it to Snarfer. And as soon as he knew that the Snarfer had the communication issue, that's when it should have been all hands on deck. Should have contacted Pumyra, should have contacted Tigra, should have contacted the Warrior Maidens. Because think about if the Lunataks, you have to think about that. If he knows that the Lunataks are all coming to Third Earth, they're not coming there for a picnic. They're coming there to cause a problem. Could have contacted the Burbles. This is supposed to be like this whole new alliance that's supposed to meet. They have a chamber that they meet in. This would have been the time to activate the emergency broadcast system, and they didn't do anything. So I'm leaving. The bigger bungle is on Lion-O and the ThunderCats on New Thundera because they should have followed the chain of command and alerted all of Third Earth that this is what's going on. We're on our way, but you need to be ready, including Pumyra and Tigra. So they're the bigger bundle. The Lunataks, their spirits were broken by an evil pervert. Circus free.
It's so true. It's so true.
They had to poop in buckets for people to watch. Oh my God. How degrading.
That's part of the 25 cents. That's what you get with the 25 cents. See Luna go on a bucket. My God.
Sheila had to sleep with her hands between her legs. She's with a bunch of men in a cage.
Oh my God. With a muck. So our dear friend, who would you pick as a bungler or bunglers?
I absolutely love it, David, what you were saying there with the Lion-O really being, the Lion-O and the ThunderCats really are should be the Bunglers for the episode, because they let things fall all across the board by not communicating with people and not letting Third Earth and all that. But it's a great point. That's I'd say is probably the best one. But I'm going to go ahead and say, it pains me to say this, as far as the episode specific, what was there, what we saw, all the things that were there, it's got to be Aloro, because he was just such a, and I love Aloro, but he's such a non-event throughout the entire thing, where he just kind of seems like he was like, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Yes, exactly. Always. That's exactly what it comes to mind.
And he didn't even eat anything.
He's like, is there food at the cat's lair? I have the munchies.
He was just, I wish he was a lot better. There's so much he could, if he would have jumped, it would have made it a lot better for me. Just anything. But yeah, it's just Aloro. He didn't even, why was Aloro even there? It was great seeing him, but it was pointless. He didn't try at all for anything.
I love it. It's so true. It's so true. But you're right. Actually, I probably should have echoed everybody. Yeah, the ThunderCats, it's true. The Council of Thundera, I believe it was called. There should be a meeting place for them.
Wouldn't you have done that? That would have been my first thing, is to alert
the council,
because they didn't know where they were going. They didn't know they were going directly to the cat's lair. They could have went to.
They were supposed to go to they went to the Burbles first.
So exactly, they didn't know where they were going to go. So those are your allies and your friends.
They didn't even contact Tigra though. So
they could have went to the Treetop King and stole all of Willa's macrame and all of her Etsy shop supplies.
Macrame, yes, it's so true. I don't think Captain Bragg will ever be the same after this episode. If there's Captain Bragg fans out there, oh my goodness.
They'll be burning us at effigies of us.
My God, because we really put Captain Bragg.
They're going to be protesting the podcast, protesting the book. They now hate us because they love
There's going to be like dead crows thrown on my front door.
Oh my God, this is for Crownan, you bastard. That's what they're going to say. Holy
Or plastic ones they got at Michael's or Hobby Lobby.
There was some leftover Halloween crows.
Yeah. No, we're going to get the plastic pickles thrown at us anytime we're in public now.
Oh God, get pickle juice thrown at us.
Not acid, pickle juice. Pickle juice. Oh my God. This was a great comeback episode for the new year. Can I just tell you? This has me energized for the rest of the series, because we have a whole new world open to us.
And hearing about all these new things that are coming up too. This is so exciting. The new book,
the new
podcast,
well, yes. Oh my God. That's something else.
That's super exciting. I don't know. I'm always excited to hear about every other people's aspirations and their dreams and what because to me that's again part of the enjoyment I get from life, because obviously I see what I enjoy, obviously, but to see what other people, if they're able to fulfill their dreams and do what they want, and that's a big thing. And then of course it obviously ties into the community, so that's really cool for me to be our little tiny sliver, our little tiny piece of Third Earth, or a little tiny
It's so true, and we can't wait to see the future endeavors of Sean, because, like we said, from the first time to the second time, and now here, the announcements, the future, it's exciting for not only us but fellow ThunderCats fans as well, to have something to look forward to.
Thank you very much. I can't wait until again, like I said, there's a lot of other projects that we're kind of working on, so there's going to be more stuff coming. Well, we hope there's going to be more stuff coming. I'm excited to be able to make more announcements in the future about stuff. So it's a very, very good time right now. It's a very busy time, but hopefully, like I said, it's a very good time to be a ThunderCats fan as far as the stuff that's out there for people. And hopefully we're going to be putting even more stuff out there for people.
I love that. And of course, we will have all of Buddha's links in the description box wherever you're listening to this on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Yes, we'll put a link to the Big Bad Toy Store where you can still pre-order the new book. So we will put that in the description box. So you can take you right there. You take you right to the books.
Exactly. Yeah, you can get, again, Big Bad Toy Store has both covers on there. They're still available for pre-order. And again, we're still looking at right now around the end of March, beginning of April, like right around the second quarter, when the book should be getting out to people. Like, again, as long, fingers crossed, long as there's no issues anywhere, that's so it's right around the corner where like it's going to be that time, pretty soon. So that's when, again, if you didn't want to pre-order, I know some people, again, money's tight for people, so you don't always have money to put towards something you don't have, that you're not getting immediately. But, you can pre-order it currently on Big Bad Toy Store, or when it comes out towards, the beginning of April, end of March, it should be out then, and you'll be able to get it in hand then.
If you're a Big Bad Toy Store user, you could add it to your pile of loot, and you could ship it at a later time, maybe with some of your ThunderCats, but at least you'll secure it, and you'll have it in your purchases. Also, when things get rolling and the book comes out and the podcast, Bunglers, if you're not following Sean, and you should be, on Instagram and YouTube and all these places that we have in the links, but we'll put an announcement that, oh, look, the podcast came out with Peter and Sean and things like that. So you could follow. We're excited to see how that comes about. Buddha, thank you so much for coming on. Every time you do, we have a great time. Just the passion, your love for the show, of course. And again, your personality, your heart, everything, it's just a pleasure. It's a pleasure every time, and we look forward to the future.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Again, thank you for having me and letting me come on here and even just talk ThunderCats with everybody, whether it's, even doing the episodes, talking the book, everything. Thank you so much. Honestly, I have a blast coming on here. Like I said, that's why I've already invited myself out, on.
You have an open invitation.
Yes,
we're putting it out there.
It's open. It's an open invitation. You don't even have to.
You have something new you want to tell us about? You want to come on for, especially too now that when we're wrapping up and we're going into 2011, because that I really don't know anything about 2011. I'm going in with like really fresh eyes. I barely remember that, and I've never seen Roar, and I barely remember 2011.
So it's going to be
the original. I can
David.
Quote you things, or the original. I can tell you I can flashback to things and remember things, and still quote stuff even in my daily life. Probably silly things to people, but the rest, it's going to be new territory for me. So.
And I'm excited to revisit it after 15 years, as Buddha reminded us. Holy crap, 15 years.
And also, this is now the 40th anniversary of Silverhawks this year. So you've got
I haven't seen in so long too.
And then the 15th anniversary of 2011 ThunderCats. So there's a lot going on. The continued stuff going on in the actual Thunderverse.
Silverhawks is free on Tubi for the first time to stream. So if you didn't have a pay, or bunglers who haven't seen Silverhawks, it's free now. It's free.
Yeah.
Bunglers, that was one episode. You have another ThunderCats episode next week. We're trying to get through ThunderCats. We're going to try to finish that series strong. So next week, you have another episode of ThunderCats reviews. Reach out, find Sean on all of his Instagrams, all the links. And if you have if you know a toy show that's coming up that might not have Sean or know about the book, that would be amazing. Spread the news, spread the word, and we'll have him touring across the world soon.
Again, here's hoping. Here's hoping. We got some plans, but here's hoping.
It will happen. It will happen. It won't. It's not an if, it's a when, and it may not be exactly the way you picture it, but it will happen.
I think
I'm
so.
putting it out
I
there.
think so.
It will be something. You have too many people that are really loving this book, and you have too many people that are behind you and supporting you and have the share the love and the commonality with you. I think it's going to be like, it's almost like a grassroots project, like a movement for you.
Yeah. Yep.
I just think it will come to fruition, and I think that the whole idea with outside of the country too, I think you'll find that is, you're going to be welcomed by so many people. Yeah, I have no doubt.
Well, thank you. I again, obviously, I hope you're right, and again, I'm looking forward to things. Again, there's not many official things I can say that are out there right now, but yeah, I hope all this comes to fruition, and we'll see. I'm very excited for for the future. Whether the next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, because who knows what's going to happen in the 50th anniversary time right?
Yes.
We haven't explored so many things. Even the comic book. A lot of people too are just more about the digital media stuff. The comic book has progressed so much.
There's so many things to look forward to. And of course, we will keep you updated on all things Sean when those things happen, and we said look forward to it because there's a lot of fun things.
Oh yeah.
Thank you all for being here. As always, we like to give the call of our people, and ThunderCats, ho 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 ho.
That was our Christmas thing.
I know. I'm still got a little Christmas
I'm your
remnants.
2026 ho. I was your ho last year. It was the ho the year before, and I'm still your ho this year. I may have a few more miles on me.
A few more hoes in the bucket.
But I didn't have to use the bucket behind the bars in the circus train yet.
God.
But if it gets us views and listens, I'll go in a circus train,
and I'll throw the chicken feed.
And he'll pay the money.
And I'll pay the money. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Zooming through the midnight sky, flash of fire catching my eye. Hear that engine, feel the heat. Rockets pulsing, catch the beat. Snap your fingers, count to 4. She's got something you adore. Move so easy, never rush. Just a spark and a gentle touch. Hot rocket, baby, you're so cool. You're burning up this food. Have mercy on this pup before you burn him up. Candy fruit dreams, an easy smile, the kind of grin that stays a while. Zooms on by, then out of sight, lighting up the stars tonight. She's been around, she knows the tune. Gyroscope my heart in two. Takes her time, plays it sweet. Moves in time with the Snow Valley beats. Knows when to shine, when to wait. Always cool, never late. Soft and low, gentle touch. Cool as can be, true just enough. Hot rocket, baby, you're so cool. You're burning up this food. Have mercy on this pup before you burn him up.